Ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly stick to good habits while others struggle, no matter how hard they try? The secret isn't willpower. It's something much simpler, yet incredibly powerful. Curious? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to design your environment for success and finally break those bad habits for good. Hi everyone, welcome to today's video where we dive deep into Chapter 6 of James Clear's Atomic Habits, a chapter that reveals the secret sauce to building good habits and breaking bad ones. Spoiler alert, it's not about discipline or motivation. Let's get started. Did you know your environment influences your habits far more than your motivation? James Clear calls it the invisible hand. Imagine walking into a room where a bowl of fresh fruits is placed on the table versus a jar of cookies. Which one are you more likely to grab? Exactly, it's the one you see first. But what if I told you that you could literally hack this system to control your actions, even without thinking? Don't believe me? Keep watching and I'll show you how. Habits start with cues. A cue is a trigger that tells your brain to act. For example, seeing a yoga mat on the floor might remind you to exercise. Seeing junk food on the counter? That's a cue to snack mindlessly. To build good habits, make the cues obvious. Want to read more? Place your book on your pillow or desk. Want to drink more water? Keep a water bottle where you can see it. The easier it is to notice, the more likely you are to act on it. But here's the twist. If you want to break a bad habit, you need to do the exact opposite. How? I'll explain that in a moment. Let's talk about bad habits. The easiest way to stop a bad habit is to remove the cue entirely. If you don't see it, you're less likely to do it. For example, if you're trying to eat healthy, hide the chips at the back of the pantry or don't buy them at all. This is why James Clear says, you don't need more willpower, you need less temptation. If you don't encounter the trigger, you don't fight the temptation. Think about it. What's one bad habit you could avoid right now by simply changing your environment? Drop your answers in the comments and let's discuss. Here's a game-changing concept. Assign specific spaces for specific tasks. For instance, use your desk only for work, your couch for relaxing, and your bed for sleeping. Why? Because your brain associates behaviors with locations. If you mix spaces, like working from your bed, you confuse those associations. Pause for a second and think, are you using your spaces correctly? If not, try reassigning them, and you'll notice how much easier it is to stick to habits. But wait, what if your environment isn't in your control, like at work or a shared space? Don't worry, I've got tips for that too. Stay tuned. Here's the harsh truth. Relying on willpower alone is a losing game. Why? Because willpower is a limited resource. Instead of battling temptations every day, design an environment where good habits happen automatically. For instance, if you want to exercise in the morning, sleep in your workout clothes. If you want to stop wasting time on social media, log out and put your phone in another room. These small changes make a big difference. Still think you need more willpower? By the end of this video, you'll realize you don't. Just wait for the next section. Let's talk about defaults, designing your environment so the best choice is the easiest one. For example, pre-pack healthy lunches instead of relying on fast food. Or set your phone's home screen to a productivity app instead of social media. Think of one habit you want to improve. Now ask yourself, what default can I set in my environment to make this habit easier? You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I make it stick? Don't worry, I'm wrapping this up with the ultimate summary. Don't miss it. Here's the bottom line. You don't need to be the victim of your environment. You can be the architect of it. By tweaking your surroundings, you make good habits automatic and bad habits almost impossible. Key takeaways. 1. Make cues for good habits obvious. 2. Hide or remove triggers for bad habits. 3. Assign spaces for specific tasks. 4th, design defaults that lead to success. Now it's your turn. What's one change you'll make to your environment today? Share it in the comments and let's inspire each other. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more actionable content like this. Until next time, stay inspired and keep building better habits.